Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Land that is covered with trees and shrubs. Music, the distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. The wood of trees cut and prepared for use as building material. A beam made of wood. A post made of wood. Establish a forest on previously unforested land. Afforest the mountains. The trees and other plants in a large densely wooded area. Land that is covered with trees and shrubs. Land that is covered with trees and shrubs. Land that is covered with trees and shrubs. Music, the distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. A degree or grade of excellence or worth. The quality of students has risen. A characteristic property that defines the apparent individual nature of something. Each town has a quality all its own. Of superior grade. Quality paper. An essential and distinguishing attribute of something or someone. The quality of mercy is not strained. High social status. A man of quality. Of high social status. People of quality. Music, the distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. The timbre of her soprano was rich and lovely. A quality of a given color that differs slightly from another color. The elastic tension of living muscles, arteries, etc. that facilitate response to stimuli. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. A clergyman improved the tone of the meeting. A notation representing the pitch and duration of a musical sound. Give a healthy elasticity to. Let's tone our muscles. Music, the distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. The muffled tones of the broken bell summoned them to meet. A musical interval of two semitones. The quality of a person's voice. He began in a conversational tone. Vary the pitch of one's speech. Utter monotonously and repetitively and rhythmically. A steady sound without overtones. They tested his hearing with pure tones of different frequencies. Change the color or tone of. Tone a negative. Change to a color image. Tone a photographic image. Linguistics. A pitch or change in pitch of the voice that serves to distinguish words in tonal languages. The Beijing dialect uses 4 tones. The quality of something, an act or a piece of writing, that reveals the attitudes and presuppositions of the author. The general tone of articles appearing in the newspapers is that the government should withdraw. Move heavily or clumsily. The heavy man lumbered across the room. Cut lumber, as in woods and forests. The wood of trees cut and prepared for use as building material. An implement used in baseball by the batter. The third planet from the Sun, the planet we live on. A connection between an electrical device and a large conducting body, such as the Earth, which is taken to be at 0 voltage. The concerns of this life is distinguished from heaven and the afterlife. The solid part of the Earth's surface. The earth shook for several minutes. The loose soft material that makes up a large part of the land surface. They dug into the earth outside the church. Connect to the earth. Earth the circuit. Hide in the earth like a hunted animal. Once thought to be one of four elements composing the universe, Empedocles. The abode of mortals, as contrasted with heaven or hell. It was hell on earth. The solid part of the earth's surface. A major biotic community characterized by the dominant forms of plant life in the prevailing climate. The solid part of the earth's surface. Material in the top layer of the surface of the earth in which plants can grow, especially with reference to its quality or use. The part of a scene, or picture, that lies behind objects in the foreground. He posed her against a background of rolling hills. A rational motive for a belief or action. The grounds for their declaration. Hit or reach the ground. A relation that provides the foundation for something. Cover with a primer. Apply a primer to. A connection between an electrical device and a large conducting body, such as the earth, which is taken to be at zero voltage. Fix firmly and stably. Use as a basis for, found on. Bring to the ground. The storm grounded the ship. The solid part of the earth's surface. He dropped the logs on the ground. The loose soft material that makes up a large part of the land surface. The first or preliminary coat of paint or size applied to a surface. A position to be won or defended in battle, or as if in battle. They gained ground step by step. A relatively homogeneous percept extending back of the figure on which attention is focused. Art. The surface, as a wall or canvas, prepared to take the paint for a painting. Confine or restrict to the ground. After the accident, they grounded the plane and the pilot. Connect to a ground. Ground the electrical connections for safety reasons. Hit a ground ball. He grounded to the second baseman. Hit onto the ground. Instruct someone in the fundamentals of a subject. Place or put on the ground. Throw to the ground in order to stop play and avoid being tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Material in the top layer of the surface of the earth in which plants can grow, especially with reference to its quality or use. The land had never been plowed. The territory occupied by a nation. He returned to the land of his birth. A politically organized body of people under a single government. An industrialized land. United States inventor who incorporated Polaroid film into lenses and invented the one-step photographic process, 1909 to 1991. Extensive landed property, especially in the country, retained by the owner for his own use. The family owned a large estate on Long Island. Reach or come to rest. The bird landed on the highest branch. Bring into a different state. This may land you in jail. The people who live in a nation or country. Arrive on shore. The ship landed in Pearl Harbor. Cause to come to the ground. The pilot managed to land the airplane safely. Agriculture considered as an occupation or way of life. There's no work on the land anymore. The solid part of the Earth's surface. The plane turned away from the sea and moved back over land. Shoot at and forced to come down. The enemy landed several of our aircraft. Territory over which rule or control is exercised. He made it the law of the land. A domain in which something is dominant. A land of make-believe. Bring ashore. The drug smugglers landed the heroin on the beach of the island. Deliver a blow. He landed several blows on his opponent's head. The land on which real estate is located. He built the house on land leased from the city. The solid part of the Earth's surface. An attribute of sound. Material used for constructing buildings. A group of nearly parallel lines of electromagnetic radiation. Emit light. Be bright, as of the sun or a light. The fire beamed on their faces. A column of light, as from a beacon. A signal transmitted along a narrow path. Guides airplane pilots in darkness or bad weather. Experience a feeling of well-being or happiness, as from good health or an intense emotion. She was beaming with joy. Broadcast over the airwaves, as in radio or television. Have a complexion with a strong bright color, such as red or pink. A gymnastic apparatus used by women gymnasts. Express with a beaming face or smile. He beamed his approval. Long thick piece of wood or metal or concrete, etc., used in construction. Nautical, breadth amidships. Smile radiantly. Express joy through one's facial expression. The broad side of a ship. They sighted land on the port beam. A job in an organization. He occupied a post in the treasury. Mark with a stake. Transfer, entries, from one account book to another. United States manufacturer of breakfast cereals and postum, 1854 to 1914. United States female author who wrote a book in a syndicated newspaper column on etiquette, 1872 to 1960. Military installation at which a body of troops is stationed. This military post provides an important source of income for the town nearby. Cause to be directed or transmitted to another place. Assigned to a station. A pole or stake set up to mark something, as the start or end of a racetrack. A pair of posts marked the goal. The system whereby messages are transmitted via the post office. In England they call mail, the post. Place so as to be noticed. Post a sign. Mark or expose as infamous. Any particular collection of letters or packages that is delivered. Is there any post for me? The position where someone, as a guard or sentry, stands or is assigned to stand. A soldier manned the entrance post. United States aviator who in 1933 made the first solo flight around the world, 1899 to 1935. Affix in a public place or for public notice. Post a warning. An upright consisting of a piece of timber or metal fixed firmly in an upright position. He set a row of posts in the ground and strung barbed wire between them. Assigned to a post. Put into a post. The newspaper posted him in Timbuktu. Display, as of records in sports games. Enter on a public list. Publicize with, or as if with, a poster. I'll post the news on the bulletin board. Ride Western style and bob up and down in the saddle in rhythm with a horse's trotting gait. The delivery and collection of letters and packages. It came by the first post. Woodlands in full leaf. The greenwood was Robin Hood's home. Woodlands along the banks of stream or river. The forest trees growing in a country or region. The forest trees growing in a country or region. A forest, or part of a forest, where trees are grown for commercial use. The sound of a bell ringing. The ringing of the telephone. Having the character of a loud deep sound, the quality of being resonant. The giving of a ring as a token of engagement. Having the timbre of a loud high-pitched sound. The quality of being sharp or harsh to the senses. The shrillness of her hair color. Having the character of a loud deep sound, the quality of being resonant. The timbre of a musical sound. Appearance with regard to color. Her healthy coloration. Choice and use of colors, as by an artist. Having the character of a loud deep sound, the quality of being resonant. Having the character of a loud deep sound, the quality of being resonant. Any material used for its color. She used a different color for the trim. Physics, the characteristic of quarks that determines their role in the strong interaction. Each flavor of quarks comes in 3 colors. Having or capable of producing colors. Color film. Decorate with colors. Color the walls with paint in warm tones. Give a deceptive explanation or excuse for. Color a lie. Change color, often in an undesired manner. The shirt's discolored. The appearance of objects, or light sources, described in terms of a person's perception of their hue and lightness, or brightness, and saturation. Interest in variety and intensity. The Puritan period was lacking in color. Modify or bias. His political ideas color his lectures. An outward or token appearance or form that is deliberately misleading. The situation soon took on a different color. The timbre of a musical sound. The recording fails to capture the true color of the original music. A visual attribute of things that results from the light they emit or transmit or reflect. A white color is made up of many different wavelengths of light. Effect as in thought or feeling. My personal feelings color my judgment in this case. Add color to. The child colored the drawings.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.